Hey, how you
Happy
doing, man?
Monday. What's
I
happening, Ray?
know it is. It's great. It's nice to have weekends sometimes, Tim. It's great. Good to see you. So happy Monday.
I don't know. What does that mean? I was here, Ray.
You were, were you, you recorded it. You said you recorded it.
I
That's what you said.
recorded it and I came on screen. It was 3 minute show. I mean, nobody was here listening to me.
He
If
said
if
nobody was
if
here.
if a what's it? If a tree falls in the woods and it doesn't make a sound, if I come on to do a show, does it really count?
Does it?
If you're not
Yeah.
here,
If a bee is buzzing and it does, nobody hears it, right? It's
something like
crazy.
that,
That's
something
funny.
like that.
No, it's
But
all good,
no,
man.
I was here. I don't know. I think I recorded. I just showed Sundays. I might have popped in on Saturday,
Yeah, good
but
auction
it
though.
was uh it was
We
all
got
quick and
we
good.
got some
But yeah, we had
nice.
3 minutes. Here we
Yeah,
go.
nice stuff going on right there, man.
Things are heating up.
I don't think we've ever seen the Whirly. I don't think Whirly's been up there.
No,
That's a new
I
one.
I didn't know what that was.
You didn't know
The
Whirly?
whirly.
And
No,
Pho is number two with the ramen noodles and the chopsticks. That's nice.
yeah, on my screen, I don't know what it is, but I don't have the name up there. So
Yeah, it's all
faux. It's a
good.
faux B.
It's a pho.
I
We
don't.
used to just call it ramen. I don't know. And this is the new time here. Buenas noches. How you doing, Marisha? Yes. Good evening, George. Good to see you. Hello, Robin. Appreciate you. Yes, Kepi Queen. Yes, good evening. Apex Bees all the way. That's right. Hello, Ariel. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good night, man. Get ready to use. That's right. Get ready to use some Bee Honeys tokens. Yep. Hello. Good to see you. Thank you. And yes, Will loves some ramen. I lived off of ramen, Will. I did. I was a ramen freak myself. And yes, hashtag SBU Dow, hashtag Apex Bees, and yes, definitely hashtag blue chip NFTs. Thank you. What's up,
Beautiful.
man? Yeah,
2 minutes to go. No princesses or royals tonight.
no
So we
princess,
got
all
we got
Apex.
nothing to read about. No educational purposes here on the across the geographical globe,
It
as they
is.
say.
Even Squeaky. I got two mice. You got Remy and Squeaky. Two mice. And look, I'm sure Cheesehead saw it before. He's got his hat.
I
Cheesehead.
think it's a mouse and a rat.
It's a mouse. That's right. But the mouse has got the Cheesehead hat. He's got him. Snatched his hat, man. But that's cool.
The
Nice.
He's got the block of cheese.
Yes.
You know what's that saying? It's like the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. That's one of my
But
that's one of my favorites.
the second mouse gets the cheese because
The
what?
second mouse.
He gets
The
caught
first,
up in the
yeah, the
trap.
first guy, gets caught, sets the trap, and then yeah, second guy comes along and goes, "Ooh, sorry about that, but I'll
Yeah,
take the cheese."
sorry. Thank you though. Thank you for setting off the trap. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go. George says you were here on Saturday. Had music.
Yeah, yeah. I did play some music. I was getting into it, trying to have
He
some
was
fun.
vibing. He had the vibes. There you go. That's
Had
awesome.
to have a little Saturday night atmosphere.
That's funny.
1 minute to go. Fast gas, people.
There you
Make
go.
it happen.
Making it happen. It's nice.
Let's see if I got a banner set up for that, because I think I was doing it, showing that off. There it is. Fast gas.
I like that Squeaky's little empowerment bee. Got like a little apple with a worm in it. It's
That's
unique.
the Big Apple. That's
Big-
that's my New York Time bee. I think that's the
Is that the
hat
Big
tip
Apple?
hat pick to the New York Time. Yeah, that's Big Apple.
There you go.
I think I might have to get one of those.
Fast gas. Whirly. Got the Remy, Squeaky, Steamy, and Faux.
So right now we got 674, 650, 688, 748, and 658. Nice grouping, but I'm
Yes.
I'm thinking they're going to show up in the nines. What do you think?
Oh, there we go.
751.
Some bumping up right there.
Yeah, everything's going
Steamy.
to move a little bit. 743, 688, 863, and 842. Not bad. Not bad. I
No.
guess I overreached a little bit with the nines, but they definitely took a jump, which is always good.
Remy, great price for Remy. I mean, that's across the board. They got picked up a nice four.
You know
Foursome.
what? I'm going to go back because it was cool that one of it was the cat. What was that one called? I think you mentioned it. It happened over the weekend and you missed
Yeah,
it.
the Harley cat.
But
That's
here,
awesome.
this one, the Nitro.
Nitro.
Look at the price on this Nitro one. People were after this one. That's why I was calling for the nines.
1436.
1463. Yeah, there you go.
That's pretty impressive.
But
I think that's
that's a
the highest
record for
bid.
an Apex B.
Yeah, right. I think that's the highest bid.
1436. Yeah, that was strong.
Yeah.
And then all these came in just shy of the nines, and that one 1436. That was a nice showing the other night over the weekend while you were busy.
Yeah. There you go.
Let's see.
Tim was
Let's
here
see what.
Saturday and we had the music Sunday. I see you saying it.
There you
And
go.
Will said don't want to be the point. It's right. You got to watch out, Will. You're going to snatch your hat, man. Favorite crypto YouTube. Thank you, Maria. Yes, thank you. But yeah, no, I like that one, man. I mean, that's quite the artwork,
Yep.
Very cool. Unique. Who would think of that,
Where's my button to go back?
It's I don't know. You'd have to just refresh. Auction 868.
144 coming up.
Nice.
144. That was a long time, but that's what I wrestled in high school.
Right. That's a long time ago, Tim. That's
a long, as many meals ago.
The youngin'. That was a young whippersnapper.
But yeah, there you have it. Nice auction. Looking good.
Yep.
So what's the big news, Ray? What do you got?
No, absolutely. Just going to talk about the different generations. We've been talking about generational wealth, Tim. Well, we're going to talk about the ways that the different generations have come in. You got
before you get into that. I don't want to interrupt your story.
Yeah, all right.
Your news, but I just have one piece that I thought was pretty exciting, and I'm not gonna show the whole thing. I'll just leave this up here. But the UK has a new prime minister, and he's looking pretty young, just a youngin. I'll just put this up here. I'll make it bigger so you can see him, but we don't have to watch this whole thing. But he just was elected there after Boris had left, and there was a new person in between. Only lasted, I think it was 6 weeks.
Yeah,
but this guy came in just yesterday or today, and already he wants to make a central bank digital coin.
Really?
So yeah. So right there, that's where your adoption's coming from. This young whippersnapper wants to jump in there with a digital coin for the UK.
Yeah, he's the World Economic Forum's choice, Tim. He was selected. He was selected, Tim. Yes,
of course.
It is. It's like you said, the other one was 45 days. Fastest ever prime minister.
Right.
She said she looked at the books. She said, "Oh no, I'm out." She said, "I'm out." You ever seen the dealers?
Somebody else can do this one.
That's right. Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, it's wild world we live in, man. But yeah, that is the news of the day, definitely. But I was talking more, like I said, we're going to go into just the different generations and how they are getting into this space. Yep. And it's cool, right? It's good to know and understand all this stuff. 94% of crypto buyers are from Gen Z, millennial. Gen X is out spending them though, but Gen Z and millennial. And when I go down here, it says they call them exennials, but that's Gen Z. But a big chunk of it is this grouping right here. But that is quite the generation right here. Just so you know who's what. 94% of all cryptocurrency buyers are Gen Z or millennials, and that's 18 to 40 years old. That's what that covers, right? Gen X buyers purchased an average just under 10 grand of crypto last year, while millennials bought 85 and Gen Z 61, right? And again, that obviously makes sense. And that's what I'm saying. You can get down to here in this pie chart. And, that's what this is all talking about. You can, in this red part, 17.4%. That really isn't that bad when you're looking at somebody that's 18 to 24, right? That's not a huge range. So, that's a pretty big chunk. So that's pretty good adoption for that age range of the Gen Z, right? But then the big line share, this big blue one, that is all millennials, right? 25 to 40. That's that age range for that. But it's over 3/4 of the market. So
Right.
that's something, right? And then you got here, you got Gen X, 41 to 56, just under 5%. And here's the boomers, man. Boomers are in there at 1.2%. And that's 57 and older. But like I said, it's cool to look at and see what's going on. But it's right
That's
here.
where Jamie Dimon and all those other guys hang out
That is.
in that
That's the
little
what the
sliver.
boomers? That's the
Yeah.
boomers. That's right. Well, and that's what this isn't obviously is not groundbreaking, but I mean you can see, of course, while even though we're a small, and I'm obviously including and doxing myself with the age right here, but Gen Xers obviously we can put a little more in, right? We've had jobs, we've had our own businesses, we've done things like that, and we have a little more expendable income, right? We can use some things. But millennials are in at like 85, 96. That's the average, right? And then down here, 6120, and boomers a little under $5,000. But by far, not by far, but a good portion, we come in around $10,000 for Gen Z. So it's like I said, we have a small slither of the market, but we spend and we put a lot more in. But you look at what mostly student loans. You look where some of them have to have that. I was still surprised. Here millennials, man, they owe. That's a tough one, man. That really takes a bite out of what they can use to invest,
Yep.
right? But that's why I mean, for me, I was always kind of it felt like again for the first time probably you weren't really leaving something better off for them, right? And I did feel like that for a while just in general. I mean, when you start talking about the national debt, all the different types of stuff, just a crazy world. But now that there's this crypto, NFTs, this blockchain, all of this stuff, it looks like there's a lot of a lot of room for them to grow and invest and actually gain. But before it didn't look so good, right? I'm just talking about housing at all time highs, stock markets at all time highs. It was tough for any of the millennials and Gen Zs. So, like this chart, you get to see it. They had a nice kind of something hanging over their head, man. So,
Yeah.
again, so that's why they're a little lighter coming in here, and that's all this is talking about. The household income and their debt, right? So, something like I said to look at of this market that we're in. But it's pretty spread. And like I said, I think the boomers, I think they're going to come along more when things get a little less technical, right? I think it's too
Right.
there's too much, right? And we know from in our group, but we have a lot of smart boomers in our group. It's amazing. Like I said, they have their own spaces. They know how to do DeFi, yield farming and all that stuff like that. That's complicated stuff in crypto, let
Well,
alone, yeah.
I
But
think we mentioned it before that Fidelity was starting in August was starting to offer Bitcoin to their and Fidelity is one of the biggest funds out there. I think that what was it 43 trillion or something like that and under management or something crazy number like that.
yeah.
But they're going to be offering now ETH and other coins. I think we
Yeah.
mentioned that before. We didn't go and get into it too deep as we did when Bitcoin was being offered by them. But yeah, just a couple months after they started introducing Bitcoin to their service, to
Mhm.
their investors, they're going to be offering ETH and other altcoins to their customers as well. So I think that that's the easiest way to get the boomers involved because they all in their 401k, their portfolios, all this kind of stuff. Their money managers are now going to say, yeah, well, if you want to put a percentage in there of a little bit of crypto, we can offer you a couple different options, and that's
Mhm.
going to be an amazing way for them to get in there.
Right.
And when that really unleashes, there's no doubt that even if they do just a little bit, it's going to make a big impact.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it'll be nice and comfortable and easy for them instead of all this other stuff with
Right.
with wallets and all the other
Sure.
DeFi stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at. But again, that's what this is talking about, crypto winter, man. Only 21% of Americans feel comfortable investing in cryptocurrencies, and that's down from 35 in 2021. And
Sure.
how crazy, I mean, again, I get it. Bear markets, it's crushing for people. But that people don't really see, that's really the opportunity. And it's okay. I mean, I know we can keep saying that and repeating it over and over and over again, but it is wild how people's psychology really is, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, you know, I remember last summer, 2021, everybody was, oh, this is great. You can know, and then talking about I wish I was in early and got in at a better price. And now, now after you felt the crushing of of a bear market, right? People, they have no stomach for that, man. That's a whole different thing now. Now people
Right.
even have doubts like this is gonna, not gonna happen. And that's ridiculous. That's why every day, or at least 5 days a week now, I guess since I miss weekends now, Tim, is we're going over story after story of all these different institutions and different projects that are building, different projects that are making tools, different projects that are making it easier for adoption to happen.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. This is the time to build. That's the whole idea of what this time is. It's yeah. I mean, it's not looking at your wallets. It's not looking at and if you're a trader, maybe if you're a trader, you do, but I'm not. I'm accumulating. I'm putting it in, and anytime I can get more when these pullbacks happens, I can. If I can't, I just hold it and then keep building what we're all trying to do here. Even like this channel, this is a great thing that we get to do, and we're over I think a year and a half now, Tim.
Yep.
So the changes come as cryptocurrency market as a whole continues to struggle. The largest asset, Bitcoin, and Ethereum have fallen 70% from their highs. And I mean that's a you don't see stuff like that much in the stocks, right?
Right.
That's pretty strong pullback. But it's also why over here you get thousands and thousands of percent gains. It's very, very volatile over here. The numbers are starker, much more stark when examined by age demographics. Millennials, okay, let me go back. I just skipped. Millennials, comfort with cryptocurrency investing fell most 49% in 2021. So now it fell from 49% to 29%. So they got out, man. They got out over 20%. They said that's enough is enough, right?
Yeah.
They jet it. While the diamond hands, Gen Xers, right, 37 to 21 still left, but not as much as it did with the millennials. And then you got the baby boomers from 21 to 11. So we're still kind of lagging a little bit behind millennials, but we just kind of are understanding what this is. It's a new technology, a new industry, and sometimes that's not easy for people to get and fight through that time of everything kind of pulling back like that, right? The massive declines in cryptos in 2022, it's a little wonder that millennials, indeed all major groups, have become less comfortable. And that's markets. If it didn't do that, there wouldn't be a market. I mean, that's the whole idea of this stuff. There's going to be people that get scared, freak out, and leave. That's why these all work, right? If there wasn't those people, there wouldn't be times where we gain, and it is what it is. So
George is adding 70% off. That's like buying at Nordstrom Rack, and George likes that.
it is true. Again, if you have the stomach for it, I mean, that's what Warren Buffett. We
Right.
all know. I mean, that's all what they do. It's what they say. But there's not many people that can follow through with that game plan. And it's very simple, right? When these are on sale, you got to believe and know that this isn't going anywhere. I mean, I could see if we were on the back nine, man, but this is just getting started. We're barely starting to talk about it, getting into institutionals,
Right.
getting into, all these places where we're talking about central banks, governments are making regulations. It's just starting. So we know what's going on, right? Some key takeaways in this one is 3 and 4 crypto investors said they had made money on their holdings. And that's anybody that's been in this space. Most everybody, unless you got in last summer, if you got in last
Right.
summer and now you're here, if that's when you first got in, yes, it's not good for you, right? At least visually, right? It's not looking good. But if you don't sell, you still have the same amount of crypto. We know it'll come back. So that's all you got to do is just kind of hold. But yeah, most of us, we all got in a little bit, maybe 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 years ago. And we're all, we're still good. Millennials on average had 12% of their total investment portfolio in cryptocurrency, the most of all generations. And that's kind of like that's pretty heavy for them because you can look down at this chart, crypto holdings across generations. Millennials, again, this is Gen Z. I don't know what Xennial. You ever heard of that, Tim? Xennials?
Yeah, the Gen X is
No,
exennial,
we're Gen X right here.
right?
I never heard of that. I guess I'm just saying. I guess that's what they're calling Gen Z. I don't know, man. I never heard
Oh,
of that.
then I don't know what that is then.
I'm just saying. I've never heard of it, but I know that that's what they're talking about. They're talking about Gen Z, right?
Right.
But anyways, millennials are the strongest in there with their portfolio, right? Whatever they have as assets, right? Again, we have more, but out of their whole pool of capital that they have a larger percentage in of their portfolio. So it's like I said, it's just interesting to look at. This is cool. Top 5 coins held by general. Obviously, Bitcoin is the main one. What I was surprised at is with these Gen Zs, Bitcoin Cash, man. Ethereum is that's kind of wild, right?
Yeah.
even the Doge, Tim, a meme coin, and then Ethereum comes in fourth for them. So I just thought that's interesting. I mean, and these are the youngest ones, right?
Right.
So that's kind of interesting. I'm surprised Ethereum is way down there. But yeah, pretty much looks like the same on both sides over here. I guess we're not really into Bitcoin Cash. I guess Binance Coin, we like that as Generation X. Not over here in either one of these Binance. So,
Well, it's weird, Ray. If you go back to those percentages, it's listed as fourth, but it says 23.1. Dogecoin's 23.9,
wow,
and Bitcoin Cash was 21%. So
yeah,
if you go by percentages, Doge barely beats out Ethereum. So
right.
and they're all like super close to each other. So
That is true. I don't know why they have it like that
I
though.
don't know why it's listed like that either. But if you
So
look at the numbers, it tells a little bit different story. I don't know who
it's
made this up.
propaganda. That's what it is, Tim. They're trying to get people. See, number 2, you're just calling it out, Bitcoin Cash. But yeah,
Right.
no, that's good. Good call, man. Because yeah, that's wild that they did that. The platforms again across the board, Coinbase, IRA, Bitcoin IRA for the Gen Z, and I've never heard of Bitcoin Armory. I mean, I'm just saying I'm not a Bitcoin guy. I do have Bitcoin, but I'm not into all their with the technology.
Right.
Coinbase, of course, and they both like Binance for an exchange,
Hmm.
and Coinbase isn't even on for the millennials. That's wild, right?
Yeah.
And then of course they both like Robinhood, right? And then
Right.
Gen
Right.
X, yeah, I don't use it at all, so it makes sense. And down here, inspiration. I like this one. Inspiration for investing in cryptocurrency. And I don't get it. Curiosity. I don't. That's not why I'm here. It's not-
Uh,
I want. I wanted to understand and be educated and understand what's going on, but it wasn't curiosity. Obviously, I think belief in lead high returns, large payouts. I wouldn't not just to be getting rich, but I mean, of course, these are things that you're gonna look at, right? And these are leading the board with stuff like that. But this one was a big one for me. Was desire for independence, right? It's lower on
yeah.
there, but I mean that's for me. It's a big deal, and that's why I love this whole space and what it's about.
Well,
And
independence is financial independence is that's investing 101. You
yes,
know,
yes,
you sock your stuff away for a rainy day, and that's why you're there, so you
right.
don't have to worry about things in the future.
Yeah, and it's even on another whole level than that, Tim. It's not like I know my mom is dealing with something. My brother passed away 2 years ago, and just dealing whatever all that stuff. You know how when you liquidate stocks or whatever,
Sure.
and there's a whole process, and it takes whatever a while, right? But that's not how it works over here. I know people know and do all that things with the and on Wall Street, and of course we all invest and do 401k, do all that, but that's why, like I said, I think this is a whole different level, man. Because if I needed to do something, it's done in about less than 5 minutes, right? It's more
Yeah.
about me going to find and get my ledger, right? And that's what I mean. And I'm sure that's what you're talking about too, is the financial independence, right? And even this wanting to be a part of the cryptocurrency revolution, that's what we look like, what this is all about, where we're talking about traditional finance,
Yep.
decentralized finance. These are all different things of this. Obviously we don't have to go and be like the revolutionary war, but this thing gives a great opportunity for, like, what we always talk about, people who are unbanked, this whole new set of people having access finally to financial things. And even too, you look at things like look at where M2 is. People can afford that in third world countries.
Right.
That is amazing, right? And that's what all of this whole thing is about. That's why, like I said, and just the blockchain technology itself, right? It's pretty cool. That's going to kind of revolutionize all kinds of different things. And down here, look, we got FOMO. We got FOMO. And down here, that's it's kind of high up there, right? And there it is too. Desire for decentralized currency, and rounding off at the bottom, distrust in global. I think that might have popped up. This might have popped up a little
Yeah.
bit. So, and you see all kinds of stuff. Like I said, it's just interesting that they took polls on this, but the leader, curiosity. That's a weird one to me. But let me get down here. Sourcing for crypto. Where do people get their information? And we're in the middle of the road. We're there at YouTube right there, man. But seriously, this is the influence of everybody.
Come on, Ray. We're also on Facebook, and Twitter, and a little bit of TikTok. But I mean, there's a ton of other people on there. But we're broadcasting right now on 3 Facebook pages and a YouTube and Twitch. Twitch is not on there.
Twitch is not on there. No.
Oh, too bad. we're leading the crowd over there then.
It is. That's right. We'll make another category. We'll put you down there, right?
Yeah.
But that's the whole idea. What everybody was talking about what you've learned here and the education that you got here, because most everybody is going to learn from your friends. You're the one that's going to go and tell people and influence people,
right,
in what's really going on here. And that is, for Generation X, that's a big one. It's almost just under 40%, 37%. Xennials 35 and millennials 34. But I guess people just kind of going on the internet, reading blogs, and of course, like you said, Tim, Facebook. I know there's a lot of Facebook groups. That's another great place to have community. It's a little old fashioned now, but I'm surprised Discord's not on here, Tim. But yes, Facebook, and then here, same thing. I think family members goes along with friends. You could really add those two together, because that is. I think that's, like I said, that's the whole crux of it. I mean, that's almost 50% of the people are going to learn from that. And yeah, mainstream news site, good one. These got to be the smart ones here. A celebrity, they know. But anyways, that's where you're going to get the best info. So influencers, all that stuff. It's a great place maybe to get a little perk your ears up, but I wouldn't go start throwing capital around to just follow that stuff, because we know what happens with influencers and how they get rewarded, right? And I'm not poo-pooing on them, but it's not financial advice either. Researching cryptocurrency as an investment. Percentage wishing they known more.
I'm just going to say, Ray, there's a difference between listening to Kim Kardashian pumping a coin versus Mr. Wonderful or Mark Cuban.
Right. That's true.
So just be careful which influencer or celebrity you're paying attention to.
That's correct. Absolutely. Yep. Well, and like you said, you can see, number one, I mean, they like Mr. Wonderful or Raul Powell. They're either just Bitcoin, just Ethereum. They got their horse, right? So yeah, absolutely. But again, this is just kind of, I don't know why. I hopefully anybody would want more information before investing. But that we're looking at that percentage who regret investing in crypto too. Xennials, the Gen Z, half are, but we're a little less. We're a little more resilient, Tim. And that's Generation X in a nutshell. Anyway, Tim, we were latchkey kids. We came home when we were 8 years old to an empty house. It didn't matter, man. We grew up a little different. How much research into cryptocurrency did you do before investing? A lot to some. and that's good to see across
Yeah.
the board. That hopefully, I'm glad people did do that. Right? You have to do. That's why we talk about it all the time. That's why we keep making content. It is do your own research. We can talk about things. We can kind of alert you to something, but you have to dig in deeper and to understand what you're getting into. You have to understand, if it's technology, if it's some kind of governance token. You have to understand the tokenomics. You have to look and really know what you're getting into. It's important. So, those are the charts. Here's another one that you like, obviously, Tim. Interesting and alternative investment. Everybody loves real estate. That's top
Right.
one of them, right? Precious metals is second. Farmland. That was surprising, but farmland. And then fine art, collectibles, mineral rights, and NFTs. NFTs came in, and
Made the list.
yeah. I'm surprised. Just under wine and alcohol. I didn't know you used that as investments. I guess.
Oh yeah, people, wine collectors for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think of it like that. I just know people, they just drink it. But anyways, that's funny though. NFT's low down there though. But I think that's gonna change. At least it's gonna pop up to fine art. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's that. But that was just a little bit over, like I said, about the generations. There's a large swath. You're talking from 18 to, like I said, in our group, 18 to 85. It's great to see. We're a super diverse group, and we have wisdom from the young all the way to the elder, and it's great. And like I said, that's why I enjoy our community and everybody that can bring some knowledge to that. I wanted to stop here and take a look. This is again just market stuff, Tim. I've been talking about Chili's, Tim. See, and it's always doing its thing. 8.4%. I'm going to keep going back and pointing this out because I said this a while ago.
You did.
Chili's, man, it keeps going. It's just a good one. But this is just talking about obviously Bitcoin and its price predictions for what you're talking about from 2022 to 2025. And it's got potential lows, average, and potential highs. And again, none of this is financial advice. It's just exactly kind of what it's talking about, price predictions. You watch, you always show some of the charts by Plan B. I know it's way lower than his model is shown right now, but absolutely, I think this is all still on track. If this isn't, like I said, 2025, and we're not at this potential high for Bitcoin, I would be shocked, right?
Right.
I would be shocked if it wasn't at 100,000. And, it's saying its potential low is 63, not even the all-time highs of where we were just last year in November, right? I'd be shocked.
I'd be very, very worried if we didn't hit the our make all-time high by 2025.
Yes.
There would have to be something gravely wrong.
I agree. I'm saying, I mean, that doesn't make it. And here it is. This is what is plan B. And the model, right, is this gray, this gray straight line where you pick,
right.
But the red is what it is actual, right? And he's got the new model as the dots, but it's way, way, way low, right? And it's usually hasn't been really that off except for at this point right here. But it's still within that margin of error. But he is a little off because he's talking about he still believes in his model. He's not moving the goalposts, and he's talking about the original model. So it's just like I said, it's a different market, man. Who could have kind of really saw what's been going on, right? This is interesting, and I'm just talking. If you look again, what we always even started. I remember even the ladies would bring this up is when in doubt, zoom out, and that's what this is. 2010, right? I just want to go back. Bitcoin was officially launched on the exchange Bitcoin Market, right? .com, and it came out, Tim, at 0.003. That was Bitcoin right there. Launched. Imagine getting some Bitcoin right there, man. That's craziness.
I know another coin that's hovering around that area.
It is one more decimal, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful, man. Because again, it's supposed to be that's supposed to compete with that, man.
Yeah.
Later, Bitcoin progressively hiked as it was trading at 0.35% or 0.35 cents, man. So that's a nice job. And 0.50, right, on Mount Gox. And if anybody remembers that was that big hack that everybody talks about. And again, that wasn't the Bitcoin blockchain. That was this place right here, which is an
Right.
exchange. So, tell people because they'll fight you with that and say stuff like that people don't know what really is going on. They're like, oh, Bitcoin got hacked. It didn't. This is Mt. Gox. This is a
Right.
centralized exchange. That is what got hacked. People's passwords and their tokens got stolen, right?
Yep.
The Star coin, right, was trading at $20 during February. This is 2013 to 16. February, the price rose to $220 in April. So what a jump, right?
Yeah.
Further, the financial crisis led the price down to $76. So if you don't see it, this volatility, right, that's a big jump. I mean, if you're at 220 down to 76, these are big drops, everybody. So this is nothing abnormal of what's going on over here. And then it recovered back to 160, right? So again, volatility has always been. Later in May, the coin fell back to 101 and then remained stable for several months. Interestingly, the coin hit 1,000, 1124, man, by the end of November that same year and closed back down 755. A heroic bull run, Tim, from 2014, 15, and 16. But, again, it pulled back again because now you're talking about 998 in 2017. The price soared dramatically to 2164 by the end of May and then to 2968 in mid-June. The hard fork where you just saw, those ones with the
Right.
millennials, they like this Bitcoin Cash in early August by the community, made the way to progress. The price soar to 32.23, and then Bitcoin price all-time high, 18 grand, man, in the December 18th.
Yep.
The price was seen further declining. It dropped back down to 14, and then Bitcoin moved sideways for 2 whole years, right? And until 2020, Bitcoin kickstarted a bull run again and peaked at 29,000. So it's just crazy, like I said, to see the timeline. Bitcoin had initiated 2021 on a positive note with its price getting over 30, and then another bullish trend, all-time high smashed at $64,000, man. But that wasn't the all-time high of all-time highs, Tim.
Yeah.
In April and 14th, Bitcoin price took a steep plunge from 64 to 29. That's a big crash.
Yeah.
Right? And again, we were there. This is the time where all of us are in, right? We
Right.
were part of this. It didn't last as long, right? But then September 7th was a historic day for Bitcoin because there it is, El Salvador. Bukele pushed the price because it became legal tender of that country and it popped up to 53. And then Bitcoin take a move to a new all-time high, 69,000 on 11th of November. And then obviously, like we all know now, it's under 20.
Yeah.
So crazy times, man. And that's kind of what you deal with, man. I mean, that's this space. If you can't take volatility, you really shouldn't, or you just sit down and
But this is
relax.
the kind of thing, right? This is the kind of thing, and you don't get these too many opportunities inside the stock market. But
Right.
when these waves come through, they call it dollar cost averaging. You get in there and you buy your price down. If you bought on the highs, then get in and buy a little more, and your average price starts to drop. And then because you know that it's going to come back. I mean, obviously, if you believed in Bitcoin, unless you really think cryptocurrency is never going to go anywhere and you need to get out, that's your own decision. Now, obviously, I'm not giving financial advice, but if you have the opportunity when things hit the skids to buy in just a little bit more, lower your average cost, so that when things do bounce back, you're obviously making money sooner because you're dollar cost averaging your way in there, and going to be able to turn things around at a faster pace.
Yes.
So yeah, just the consistent moves always pay off much better than taking big swings thinking, oh, this is going to skyrocket. Everybody wants to hit the home run, but no matter how good you are, what is it? Aaron Judge is in the off season right now.
Yeah.
Even though that guy hit 62 home runs during the year,
Yeah.
he didn't hit one during the playoffs. So now he's playing golf.
That's right. That's right. Well, and that's why you always got to keep cool, man. You can't get into here with all the emotions, right?
Right.
You have to have a cool, calm, collected head, and
Yep.
you can't overextend. You can't go, pulling it where you might need it, to kind of pay your mortgage. You don't do that kind of stuff. Even now, when these sales are happening, if you can't, afford and you need to, obviously, make a car payments or you don't do that just so you can get in dollar cost average. You just need to put stuff aside and get it when you can. And if you can't, then it's all right too.
Yep.
There's really never a reason to overextend, and because it's not good. Number one, I mean, it's just very
Right.
stressful, right? So, yeah, you just got to kind of weather these storms because they're going to happen, and you should want them to happen because it shook out all kinds of stuff. You have to have this stuff,
Right.
right? The Celsius, the Tether, all of these different, not Tether, but the other stable token, right? The Terra,
Or Luna.
Terra Luna, right? You
Yeah.
have to have these things because that's what needs to go on, right? You get rid
Right.
of the stuff that don't belong here, and that's the same thing what happened with the .coms and any other thing. That was another one. It was neat because I was reading about the Amazon, right? When
Yep.
you go back to Amazon, when Amazon launched, Ben, it right when it launched, right into the stocks, right? Their stock, it dunked 86%, man. Just
Right.
just got crushed. Right? Look at the same thing with Coinbase. Remember when that launched and it got
Sure.
crushed? Launches and then it gets crushed. And time again, Amazon came back. And then people come FOMO in and get all crazy. And then it dropped again another 80%. And the only person who's when that IPO when it launched, the only person to have the stocks all the way to the end, Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
And his wife, obviously. Well, his ex-wife. She had some too.
Yeah.
But I think he was the hodler for that still. He's still
Sure.
he's still hot. But that's what people do. You gotta go through this. And it's not easy to do. No one's telling you it's easy, right? But this is what they do. Anybody who is successful in this area, they just try to explain to you this is when you have to be strong and you gotta, if you can, pick it up some more. And like you just said, dollar cost average. If you can do that,
Well, I mean
you're great.
that's what hey, every Warren Buffett, the richest investor on the planet, right, who didn't build anything, all he does is pick things to buy. His portfolio goes up and down too. It's just,
Yeah.
obviously he's very diversified now, but when things are cheap, he loves to buy them, and when they get cheaper, he buys more, because he believes in it, and that's the whole thing is just is consistency for him. And consistency for him, that's a lifetime. I mean, he wasn't a billionaire as a young man. All this stuff, it took a long time to start, really kicking into gear
Yeah.
and making all that money.
Right.
So, he was successful, but it wasn't until much later in life when he amassed all this stuff and the economy was really growing and humming along that all these different products that he had made him the billionaire that he is.
Yeah.
So, that's the investor profile that you want to go with. And anybody like Mark Cuban or Bezos, I mean, that was one dream, right? He had Amazon, that was it. Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, I mean, he has Facebook. That was it. Unless you create one single product and go after it like that. But investing style and investing like this, it's you have to have a very strong gut and do a lot of research. That's what he does, and then just keep chipping away at it, keep
Yeah.
going, and don't give up. Things turn around. He was like, he didn't give up, he didn't sell out. It wasn't, things didn't change just because the market reacts that way. I mean, he knows people react that way, or something globally happens, but he knows it'll right itself and come back. And if the company's as strong as what he read about,
Yeah.
or some crypto's as strong as what he believed in the beginning, then he'll buy a little more and hold on and take it for the ride back up.
Yep.
So, that's the stuff you have to look at when you want to get into a marketplace like this.
You do.
Very
And that's what I'm
cool.
saying. That's what you got to look at what's built here too. That's why these bees, I mean, this represents shares in this project, right? And what is built here, this
Yeah.
DAO, this bee honey, this everything. I mean, this it's quite the task that understand what was truly built here, because you are all pieces of it. So it's pretty amazing.
Ariel says here to stay and hold. Did you put
Thank
that
you.
one up?
Absolutely, Ariel. Right on, man. 100%.
And then Jonathan, Apex bees are unique.
Yes. Yes,
Very
unique.
unique.
Definitely, Janet. And yet, look at the, look at the docs, look at the thing on, or the hamburger menu. Yeah.
Over here, but yeah, these are I don't know why, but this did this to us last night, or me last night when I went to look at the final prices. It didn't show them up
Huh.
because I did the refresh and now they're gone.
Yep.
So I don't know what happened. But even if I refresh again, because I refreshed
That's
while
all
you were
right.
going over
Just
your
hit the
thing.
hamburger menu and the docs. And yes, Janeth, it is. They're definitely unique. The coolest part is again, Tim said it best. I think is that they come already ready made with the bee honey pots. It's they're tax free bees, right? So that is very cool. And yes, they're unique. That's what the apex. That's why you see that watermark. Very cool. That watermark. It's the bottom right corner of those bees. Says apex, right? That's the body of that thing. But yes, there's some other things that you'll see. They are very unique.
But yeah, check out the docs. It's all in there. Um, it's always good reading. Very
Yeah, the
exciting.
numbers didn't change. So, even like you said, 13,830, that's still the same. It's just that that first phase one, all those superheroes, those are done, right? So
Right.
if you were able to get one of them, very unique. Those are also unique bees, those superhero bees, right? Because they were, I guess, coming out for like 100 and some days, and then yeah, that was the end of
100 and
those.
something. Come on, it was 138.
138 days. That's right. There you go. Thank you, Cappy Queen. Appreciate you. And yes, Buffett has a 50-year ride. Now that is
Yeah.
diamond hands there, George. That's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard to do stuff like that, right? But that's why he is who he is, right? Even to the
And
way he lives in his home. His home is a very humble home. He
I'm
doesn't
gonna
worry about all that.
I'm gonna lead into a great practicing for Diamond Hands, and that would have to be the Alpha, our poker game on free roll on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Come on in, and if you can, check and hold and not bet like all excited, you got to come in and watch FOMO play,
Yeah.
um, or be the Alpha. I don't know which one he wants to be called, but when he plays and he talks you through all the strategies and everything that goes on and whether you should bet or not bet. I mean, it kind of parallels into what you do in investing.
Yep.
If you have something good or if it's just, if it's just as good as everybody else has. When to bet up, when to raise the stakes and hold on.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun and it's a lot of practice of being able to control yourself, your emotions, whether you have good cards or not, and it's really great, more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Digital poker.
Yeah. I agree,
But
man.
yeah, every Tuesday and Thursday night, do it
Yep.
right after the auction, and it's a lot of fun.
Right on. And tell people, because it is all we're doing is just having fun. It's all free. FOMO's taking care of it. And it's also to get to know each other. That's what we're supposed to be doing. It is having fun. Having fun.
Yeah.
And like I said, there's even prizes. And then like I said, it's just good times. Knowing each other. Yep, be the alpha. You can sign
Be
up
the
now
Alpha.
too.
Yeah, sign up now, bethealpha.com, and then look for the Alpha Drops tournament inside there. And
Oh yeah.
we'll
Hey,
get you
and I
the
didn't get to even
code.
tell you, Tim. I don't know if it's Wednesday or next Wednesday, but I was on with another project, and we're gonna have a whale tank Wednesday. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, yep,
Excellent. Well, we
very
were
cool.
just talking
A
about
group,
that. We got to get some guests coming in.
yeah, group down in Mexico. So it's cool. Definitely, all the Spanish bee is going to be want to be on there because they're doing cool things. And yeah, it'll be a good thing to kind of understand what their project is. Very cool. They're all about the humanitarian effort and just helping, and especially specifically single mothers. So it's very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
All right. Excellent. All right, Ray. Well, there's those final numbers aren't coming up, but it was a good show. It was a
Yep.
good showing on the auction tonight, and
Right on.
we'll do it again tomorrow night. And then, of course, we're going to be playing poker. So come on back, everybody.
Right on, man. Thank you,
What else
Tim.
do you want to end it with, Ray?
No, all good. Just like, share, and subscribe. Pass it out. Get it to people. Just so they can see. What's going on. This crypto isn't going anywhere. share the information. Thank you.
Beautiful. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.
See you, man.